So welcome to our Tech Talk on Photobooks, and I'm happy you're here. And I'd just like to hear from you what brought you here today, what you're interested in maybe doing or creating, and then if you've done any kind of photo books before. So that'll help me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have a lot of photos and boxes and those photo books. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to get them out on my computer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So right now your photos are in albums?
Right.
Okay, under like plastic or something?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd like to make some photo books?
Right.
Awesome. You're going to be able to do that. Good. And have you done a photo book before?
No.
Any photo book? No problem.
No, I have not.
I guess I have the same situation, but also I'm a scrapbooker, and it's time to move from that world to the digital world.
You're going to love it.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Excellent. Okay. And no photo books?
I did one once. It was extremely tedious. I did it years ago.
Do you remember what program or where you did it?
No, I don't.
Okay. No problem. We're all learners.
Yes. Yeah. I did one photo book, and I wanted. I didn't put any captions because it was so difficult just bringing in the photos, and it just seemed like it took so long.
Yeah.
But I think that's a wonderful idea. I have all these. I have some photo books, some scattered photos, but just to put them all in one place. Oh, that I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of this is possible, and all good ideas. And I'm just going to share today my experiences, so to help you maybe determine what you want to do with your photographs and what would be best. But I'm not an expert. This is my disclaimer part of the presentation. These are my I have two photo books that I've done in my life.
Beautiful.
And but I learned a lot doing them, so I thought, well, I can share that, and I think that with a group of people and a little bit of research, we can all find the tools that work best for ourselves. So the good news is it's easier than you think. It really is. It seems overwhelming, like you were saying, oh, all these photos, and how do I upload them and everything, but the programs have evolved a lot. So I've even seen with just the two experiences I've had that it's easier than you think, and there are lots of options. There are lots of programs. So what I did to prepare for this today is I decided to share my two experiences. So I'll go through two online photo book programs that I used. I'm not going to teach you how to use them because you might not choose them.
Right.
But I'm going to show you a little bit about my experiences. So I'm going to go through Bookymon, which is the first one on your handout, and the second one is just the Walgreens online photo book site. I'm going to go through those two. And then you'll see at the rest of your handout is actually a review that I dug up on the internet of some other online photo book programs that I've never used, but I've heard other people using them. So I know, and based on these reviews, I know that they're good programs. So that's kind of the plan right now in terms of what we're going to do. And so let's just dig right into it. I'm going to tell you a little story about, can I just have that book really quickly that you have? So I'm going to tell you a little story about this book. Because usually everything starts with a little story, right? So the story about this book is that Pam Knight worked here at PRC for 30 years. And she and I worked together for about 12 years. And we worked back to back, and we were like buddies, and Joanne worked with us too. So she knows that, it's a very special working environment. And I wanted to do something that would recognize her many years and many lessons and many people that she was involved with at People's Resource Center. So the idea of this book came up, but I had no experience with creating any book. So I went online really quickly and just put books, like creating books, teacher books, because I knew that it was going to be somehow a book maybe that she could use or teachers could use or, you know, something. That's what I thought originally. So, and of course, you know, you don't have much time when you're making a decision like this. So I just found this site, Bookymon. And I saw that teachers use, somewhere on this, it talked about education, and I saw that teachers use it a lot. And so I said to myself, okay, just dive in and try it. And through that experience, of course, you know, I learned quite a bit. But what I'd like to do is have you power up the computers, they're powered up, and get on the internet. So you can click on Internet Explorer. And then go to this website. So it's www.bookymon.com. You can see the address up here.
Creating the book is free, but it's paying for the finished books.
If you want an actual physical book, you have to pay. You can also just leave it online. So this book was actually, I think, between $20 and $30 to publish, to get one copy shipped here from wherever they created it. So the Bookymon site, as Joanne was saying, you can use it for free. You can sign in, create your own account, and you can use it for free. But if you want to publish something, of course, and have a hard copy, you're going to pay some money. One of the reasons I chose Bookymon, I don't know if you noticed that when you explored the site a little bit, is that you can share all of your work online. So you don't have to create an actual hard copy. If you don't want to create a hard copy, you don't need to. So I'll explore it a little bit and then just show you a couple things that you know, stood out to me. So here, of course, the first thing that popped when I saw Bookymon and I was thinking about using it, I saw this, why Bookymon? Which was my question, why would I want to use this? So I read through that a little bit. So if you click on that, you can read through a little bit. So it's easy, it says here it's easy, and it says no cost, it says best value. I'm like, I'm there, I want this, I'm using this. Okay, and then you could also like look through and see what members said about it. So that kind of, when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. Let me just jump in and try this. Okay, and then these tabs will take you to other places and more information. So I felt like as I looked through just at the tabs, oh, this looks pretty comprehensive. I mean, I can do quick and easy. I like that. Quick and easy sounds great. I can do a template. I can bring in documents. I really liked that idea because when I first thought about doing this book, I was thinking that I was going to bring in documents like letters people had written to Pam. That was my first original idea. So it didn't turn out that way, but you know, that's the process. You could do group projects. I liked that idea too because I was planning to have a lot of people involved in creating this book. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's good for me. Then I saw the word education. Great, I love that, that's a good word. I didn't explore too much. And then I did go through a few of these and it's pretty interesting. You can see other people's books. I thought that was really interesting. Look at all these books that people have shared on Bookymon. People are out there creating books and sharing them for free. And what's nice about this is that you can go and look at other people's books and get design ideas. Oh, look at that page. Why is that page, why do I like that page? Oh, it's because the photo is tilted a little bit or something. So that was another big seller for me. So I'm going to just sign in really quick and show you how it worked a little bit. So now we're going to go to actually my account. Any questions while I'm doing this?
It's actually your account or just the name of it?
So now you can see the page is just a little bit different from your page because I signed in, so now it says My Bookymon. You don't have that because you haven't created an account. And you don't need to create an account because you may not use this program. So we're not going to, get into that. But if you look up at the screen, you'll see that this is different. The other things are the same, but this is different, and it says My Books. And so when I click, you won't have that part, so you don't need to click anything. But when you see my page now, you'll see, oh, she actually has 2 books. Well, yeah, I do. I'll show them both to you, and you're going to laugh. But this one is the one that I actually have a hard copy of. Okay, and what I like is it stored it here on this site. It's all stored. I can share it. I can share this book online with people if I want to. I haven't quite figured that out. I tried to do it with Erin yesterday and it didn't quite work, but this would be your experience if you saw it online. And the pages turn, and it's just like you saw the book. It's just like the book. So that's pretty cool. So one of the reasons I chose to use this program is because it is something you can share for free online, and also you can get hard copies. I thought originally when I was planning this gift, that'd be so cool. I could share hard copies and I could share it online. I haven't quite figured out the online thing. I'm going to tell you that. So I'll show you my other little one over here. And you're going to laugh because this is a learning experience on this one. So this one, I wanted to create a cookbook. And I wanted to do a cookbook of my mom's recipes with pictures of my mom and maybe a few other family pictures. This is still a work in progress, and you'll see why. So let me click it really quick. This is a work in progress because I was trying to scan in some documents that didn't scan too well. Pictures scan nicely, pretty nicely. So there's my mom and my dad and everything. Okay, that's scanned pretty nicely. I was actually trying to scan some of her pages from her Joy of Cooking cookbook. And she used to write notes on her recipes, and I thought that was so cool. Yes. And my whole family thinks that's so cool. So I wanted to incorporate that, but somehow the scanning quality I haven't quite figured out yet. So my idea was to type it up, bigger of course, I would enlarge it later, and then have the actual either cookbook, or sometimes we have the handwritten recipes. Let's find a picture. There's a handwritten recipe.
Oh, how nice.
So, but the quality just isn't there yet. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning, and I got stalled big time. Like it's been like a 2-year stall. So it's okay, but it's okay because it's all saved here. Yeah. So I'm not, I can, when I have time, I'm going to go back to it. There's a picture of my mom, a crazy picture of my mom. That's my sister-in-law. So, there's some stuff happening and there's some difficult things. This recipe, you're going to crack up. I'm going to get a better quality picture of it or something. It's actually from my grandmother, written in her handwriting. Yeah. On some funky piece of paper, front and back. Who knows? She was probably like, at the end of some dinner, somebody said, give me the recipe, and she probably wrote it. So. But anyway, there's so many possibilities. That's the point that I'm trying to make with this program, is that there are a lot of possibilities. And because it was my first time using a photo book program, it did take a little bit of time, like you were wondering about, downloading the pictures. That is a time-consuming part. If you have pictures, like you have hard copies, and Jean Marie, you have hard copies of pictures, right?
Yes.
Not digital, they're hard copies.
Both, yeah.
Yeah. Organizing those pictures does take some time. Yeah. But I think you can find some shortcuts if you start with like a tutorial instead of me. I'm like the jump in and learn person, but a lot of these programs have tutorials where you can find better ways to approach it. So that was Bookymon, the Bookymon story. And then the second story I'm going to talk about is actually Walgreens. Because who doesn't like using Walgreens, right? So this is the book I created on Walgreens site, and it's different. The reason I chose Walgreens, quite honestly, was I wanted to do same-day pickup. Bookymon, yeah, Bookymon, you have to do it in advance, order it. It's going to take a week.
Oh, okay.
This, I actually
That is the same.
did same-day pickup.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What did you do? Did you take the pictures there?
No, I worked on it on my computer. So
okay.
I pulled up this website. So if you would go to this website, so if you go to, it's on your handout, if you just type in Google photo1.walgreens.com,
And it brings
you can just do Photo Walgreens instead of that whole thing I typed on there.
Hold on, Walgreens.
Yeah, try that. And then you should get to this page.
So in one day you worked on the book?
Oh no,
Oh, okay.
I worked on the book for probably a month.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted to work up until, because I knew I only had a month, and I wanted to work up until the day of the birthday.
But then you were able to pick it up that same
Yeah,
day.
I knew that I needed a same-day pickup, but that would just, so the other thing I wanted to say about this book, similar to the Bookymon, is that I had a lot of people sending me photos for this book. I didn't take all these photos. So because people were sending me photos, again, it was all about organizing those photos and then uploading them, you know, to the program. But that was time consuming, but it was pretty easy. I have to say, this program, I think that the Walgreens site is pretty easy to use. It's not ranked the highest, so you'll see on your handout later.
Excuse me.
No, go ahead.
In the beginning, it probably did. If you just do it at Walgreens.
For me, Walgreens is really convenient, right? You can find a Walgreens almost everywhere, and you can go there physically to the store if you want, and they can help you with stuff.
Right.
Or you can do it at home, and then, like I said, the main reason I chose it was, same day pickup. I can go to my corner Walgreens, I can pick it up, I can see it. That was the main thing for me. But it's not ranked the highest. Out of like 10 different online photo programs, it's ranked maybe 5th.
Okay.
So now I know that. I didn't know that before. I just chose it because I was like, look, same day pickup. I can go to my corner Walgreens. That's perfect.
Well, at least you learned that.
Pardon me?
You learned that it was 5th.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to sign in, okay, and I'll just show you a little bit of how it works just really quick. Like I said, we can't really go into learning the programs today, but so one reason that Walgreens is ranked pretty high, I mean 5 is pretty good. There's probably 50 programs out there. Maybe there's probably hundreds of programs out there. But they made it to the top 10. I think they're ranked around 5. It's because they do have a lot of options. So if you look at this, it's kind of overwhelming to me, but it's good for people that there are a lot of options. There are size options, and then there are different template options. So for some people who, really don't feel like, I want to start with a blank, you can start with a template. I started with a blank, but that's also because I was see the same day pickup up here? You only have 2 options, which is good for me.
Yeah.
It's better that they just tell me, here's your option, that's it. So, and I'm going to show you, so same as Bookymon, my projects are saved on here. So that's really nice. They're saving them for me. I'm not saving them. So if I click on my saved projects, and this is because we signed in on my account. So you can see, here's the photo book. I could go back and edit it again and reprint it if I was really like picky about something, but I'm not.
Oh, and redo that.
I could if I wanted to. I could add pages, reprint it, whatever I wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And this was like, I think it was like $25. So it wasn't, it didn't break the bank. I know.
Book for the,
Yeah, same day pickup.
Mariana, for the words, was that part of a template where you could type in, because you had in the book from Walgreens, you had, people's
Yeah.
little notes and stuff.
Have you ever done, I typed them in myself, but have you ever done a flyer where you have to have like a text box?
Yes.
That's what it was.
Oh, nice.
And each page, so for this one, like each page you could choose, oh, I'm going to have 4 photos on this page, or oh, I'm only going to have 2 photos on this page.
And
So
then
I was
there-
working with kind of like templates.
Oh,
And then a text box.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they were all text box. And then you could tilt things. So one of the things I learned doing this was it was pretty fun to try to tilt the pictures, whereas with Pam's they were all like straight.
Yeah.
So tilting I thought was definitely more interesting. Overlapping was interesting, and sometimes tilting the words made it appear a little more attractive.
So you could pick a template with 3 photos and then tilt the photos on that page?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, very easy to use.
Oh, nice.
Very intuitive. Yeah. Yeah. So those are the 2 programs that I've used. You'll see at the bottom of your handout that this review, I mean, you can read that at home, but this review ranked the top 3 sites as Shutterfly.com was number 1, Mixbook.com was number 2, and Snapfish.com was number 3. I've never used those, but I've heard a lot of people use Snapfish and really like it. And Shutterfly. I haven't heard about Mixbook, so I'm going to try one of those
And
next.
This is the same as a Walgreens. You do
So,
the same thing.
yeah. Yeah. You know, some people, it's just like, do you shop, which store do you shop
Right,
at? So you could shop at different, you know, you could go to
Right.
different stores. Well, you can go to different programs and decide which one you like.
Oh.
I think probably for uploading your pictures, I've never done that, but what I've heard people do is take them to a professional store and have them scan them in and onto a CD or onto a flash drive so that you can have them on your computer. Because somehow you have to get your hard copies into the computer. Have you ever done that?
I've scanned it myself because I have one of those printers that have the
Okay.
scanner on top. But that's, yeah, it's a long process.
So you could scan, so you've got those photos. Maybe what I would suggest, like I'm just imagining now, you want to create this photo book or something.
Right.
Maybe you could choose your top 10, 20 photos for your photo book. Get them out of your album. And then take them somewhere and have them scanned.
I'll have them scanned.
And then they'll give you either a CD or a flash drive with those, or maybe they'll send them to you electronically, I don't really know.
And
And
then
then
I'll
you
put
can
them in
have
the
them on your computer.
You put them in the book. That's what you have in the book.
So then, once you have your pictures on your computer, you go to one of these sites and you upload your pictures to that site. Or you go to Walgreens and say, I've got my flash drive with my pictures, help me make a book.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure Walgreens, some people at Walgreens would do that, because I've done, what did I do, a calendar or something once at Walgreens, sitting there, and they came over and helped me.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, I just wanted to. I never known how they did that. So
it's
that's
easier than you
interesting.
think.
Oh.
That's my
Yeah,
theme
once you
today.
start doing that, you'll put pictures on your coffee mugs because they sell all that kind of stuff. Look at on your trick or treat.
That's what it was. I did a coffee mug, and I had them come over and help me. I was like, I don't know how to get this, because they give you the template, and you pull in the pictures. I should have brought a couple of coffee mugs, and it was so easy. I was like, well, if this coffee mug is so easy, I could do a book.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Well,
fun.
thank you. This is a nice, easy foundation, and
At least I have an idea how they put that on there. I would just look. I know how they did that.
So I
But
put
know
my,
I have to take several other classes.
yeah, well, it's always good to take other computer classes. But for this, just for uploading, you know, once you choose a site, that's what I would really recommend. Just try Walgreens. Maybe just try like a photo mug first. Take a couple pictures, say, here, I have a couple pictures, I want to make a photo mug, show me how to do it. And then once you're like, oh, I can do that, go for the
But
book.
first of all, I got to get the hard drive. Have them scanned.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do that at Walgreens for you.
Oh, they will?
Yeah,
Oh,
because I took hard copies when I was making the photo mug. I'm pretty sure I had at least one hard copy, yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Thank you all for being here.
thank you.
My email's there if you have any questions.
My name is Debbie Lunger. I'm the job developer. So I have been at the People's Resource Center for over 5 years, and I work with employers and community partners to find out who's hiring and what kind of job leads they have and connect those with our job coaches and our clients. And Microsoft has been a great partner for the People's Resource Center. I connected with it about 3 years ago, and they you'll often see flyers around the halls and on the bulletin boards that they'll do some free services and free workshops for us. And they're great. Their seminars are usually like a Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon for an hour, hour and a half. And they'll teach us about any new topic that you want to learn about. If you want to learn more about PowerPoint or Windows 10, anything you want to learn. And they said, how about Sway? And I said, I don't know what Sway is. I've never heard of Sway. And it's a new Microsoft, they call it an app, so it's like an application. It is free. You just go to www.sway.com. And what it is, in a nutshell, it's an interactive presentation. So many people will use it for personal use, for putting pictures together on one site, and you can share it with anyone and everyone around the world, and it's always free. The only thing Microsoft does ask you to do is just sign up and create a sign-in, and then you can use it. And I'm gonna introduce it just very quickly because I just saw it last week myself for the first time. I haven't had time to implement it yet, but you go to sway.com, get started. Well, you know what, go down here for a second first. You can do reports, presentations, newsletters, personal stories. Wow. It's just really fun. It moves. You can add background. You can change the font. And they give you themes. So think of it as almost like PowerPoint on steroids that moves for you. Oh. And it's really fun. And it seemed to be very easy. So
should we try one of these?
Let's get started. And then I'll show you. Or those are just featured?
Yeah.
Why don't you go back there and just show everybody the Red Panda presentation.
Yeah, of course I chose the Red Panda.
They showed us that in the class. I think they said this was put together, I was going to say, by a 7th grader, which of course they can do. What is the Red Panda? You can add copy, text. You can make your pictures off-center. Like an aardvark or a manatee. Food of the gods if you're a panda.
Ooh.
So see how it just moves, and for
It's so professional looking.
it is, and very easy to do. They said eventually that they've had some teachers that are interested in this program, and eventually they can see teachers having kids put together their assignment and hand it in this way. My question was, you can get all of this off the internet, you can find the pictures online. I guess I said it's, you know, when I was young we had to go to the library and look in an encyclopedia and write it out. This is kids' version of doing that today. So why don't we do a sign-in real quick so I don't take a lot of your time. So it's just Sway official site. Get started. Email is dlunger@peoplesrc.org. Next. Oh, that's my personal email. So it's asking what email address would you like to use to get into Sway. So that's mine.
You created a free account with your email.
I did some time ago, and for those of us that are internal, it's actually Office 365. So this is my, in red,
Got it.
that's my,
Ooh, I missed the last part. Okay.
okay. Welcome to Sway. So you can start from new, you can start from a topic, or start from a document. I was very excited because I thought, okay, start from a topic. I'm going to put in People's Resource Center and everything will populate in. We found out through our presentation that it's really very high level. Like if you wanted to put in Chicago Cubs or Jake Arrieta, somebody that's famous, you could create a a topic on that. If we're going to just create new, you start with a template. You want to do photo collage, do you want to do a newsletter? Anything that you want to do, you can get inspired by Sway. Let's start a photo collage. And again, I haven't done this, but preparing your template. There you go. You can do heading and text. Oh. You can add images, you can add video. You can go out and find a tweet if you want to do something that's like a documentary and you need some responses from people, or if you want to put some pictures, you can go further down. You can put your phone and plug it into your computer, and it'll take any picture off your phone. Those are all the images. They call them cards, and you can, and again, I'm not an expert on this, but I just wanted to show you. You can add caption. Then you can go to you're in cards right now, you can go to design, you can go to layout. You can add your own pictures. Once you get into it, it's not difficult to do.
So it's calling this the storyline. That's pretty interesting. So you're actually, you're creating a presentation, a storyline.
And you create them in sections, section 1, section 2, and then you can add your different cards under that section. So this is starting a whole new section 2.
This is not Aaron. My text came up.
So I was going to say, if you wanted to go back to even to some of those templates that they showed you at the beginning,
Sure.
that'll just show you what, like a newsletter. Start the newsletter one and see what that looks like. And this issue, how fun is that? It's got movement, it's more exciting.
Nice.
Nice. I said, someone could also, because they had a section in there like a resume, I said this could be if you're in a creative position or marketing position, it could be an interactive LinkedIn page, which would be kind of fun. You could do anything with it. They did have one, and I don't think it's on a template, that was from the American School of Fine Arts or something. It was video and film and how they put a film together. So they had images in there and they had photographs in there. It was just amazing. That's about as far as I can go with this, just right here.
Yeah, that's good.
But it's fun.
Yeah. So it is another example of being able to use your photos to create some kind of photo book, but it would be an online, maybe interactive and shareable.
You can share.
Story.
The person that was that we work with at the Microsoft store, she actually had to go to Australia a year ago to help set up and open the Microsoft store there. So she had all of her pictures in Sway, and she could share it with anybody that worked in the company, and it was just all of her pictures and captions, and it was just really a lot of fun. She did the same thing. She showed us her parents had their 37th wedding anniversary, so she took pictures of documents, pictures of drawings that they made as a kid, and they were able to upload everything right into Sway, and it just moved really smoothly. So it was fun. You can change the font size, the color, you can change backgrounds, you can get as creative as you want.